before we take a look at my team for Matchday 6, let's take a look at how my players performed in Matchday 5. It was a pretty bad week for me, just 42 points. At the back, only Hector got points with his assist, and I stuck with him for captaincy. If I had been braver, Payet would have got me an extra 5 points. In midfield, Ramsey did well, picking up 2 assists, but also picked up a yellow card, which will see him suspended for the next round. Payet was as reliable as ever, with a goal and an assist, although a big downfall for me was my lack of French players. Griezmann and Giroud were great options this week, but I was coming into the week with all 3 strikers still in the competition. Muller and Lukaku have been out of form, but I thought it was better to use my free transfers to sell players that were definitely out of the competition. The biggest loss of points came from my 2 midfield transfers. I had a decision to make which I thought was almost 50-50, either bringing in Blaszczykowski and Draxler, or Hazard and Renato Sanchez. I went with the first option in the end because I thought it was more balanced, and Blaszczykowski looked like a good captain option for the first day, but both players blanked in the end, while Hazard and Renato Sanchez picked up a goal and an assist between them. And again, things continued to be poor up front. Lukaku missed a ton of chances, Muller continued without a goal in the tournament so far, and Bale also blanked despite a good performance in the 3-1 win for Wales. So now we move on to my squad selection for Matchday 6, starting with my 6 free transfers. As always, I haven't confirmed these yet, it's just what I'm looking to do right now. Giaccherini and Meunier have to go, their teams have been knocked out, and I'm thinking of investing heavily in Portugal's defence. Portugal have got where they are so far by taking games to extra time and penalties, and we saw how they held out Croatia the other week to get to the quarterfinals. At the minute, I've selected Guerreiro and Pepe as those two seem to have the best attacking threat. Guerreiro from open play and Pepe from set pieces, but both are doubtful with injuries ahead of the next game, so I might have to settle for Cedric and Font, but we'll get the lineup for Portugal before the deadline either way. Also going out will be my 2 Polish players, and replacing them will be Chester of Wales. I'm going to be doubling up on Wales' defence as well as Portugal's, because I can't call that game, but I just fancy it to be lower scoring than the France v Germany game. While Germany have only conceded 1 goal so far, they are without Hummels and possibly Khedira and Schweinsteiger, and I just think France have too much attacking talent not to find the back of the net, which is partly why Pogba will be coming in for me as well. I think we're limited for good options in midfield now, but Pogba has been unlucky, hitting the woodwork on numerous occasions in the competition so far, before finally getting a goal in the game yesterday against Iceland. And finally, my 2 Belgians have to go, and I'll be replacing them with Ozil and Griezmann. It was a tough call between Griezmann and Ronaldo, but Griezmann is in much better form, even though he takes on Germany, but the biggest factor was that Griezmann plays on day 2, so he's a captain option there, and I already have Bale as my captain option for day 1. So if I were to make those transfers, here's how my team would line up. Hennessy in goal. I'd start with a back 3 of Chester and then double Portugal defence. In midfield, I'd have Ozil, Pogba, Payet and Draxler. And then Muller, Griezmann and Bale up front. I'm hoping Muller will turn out to be a good differential at this point. He has been quite close to scoring in the last couple of matches, but either way I'm stuck with him. I won't get much use out of my bench this week. Rui Patricio plays in the same game as Hennessy, so he'll be stuck there, and Ramsey is of course suspended, so Hector and Rami are my only options to bring on from the bench. For my captain choices, I'm looking at Bale for day 1, and then possibly Griezmann on day 2. With 3 French attackers and 3 German attackers, it's likely to be an outfield player, but Griezmann definitely looks in form, he's a top scorer right now in the competition, and the goals from Germany could come from anywhere. They've tended to be more spread out so far. So those are my plans right now, but as always I'll post my final team on Twitter ahead of the deadline, and I'll also keep on posting my confirmed teams for each game day, with my captain changes and subs. So be sure to follow me on Twitter if you don't already. I'm not going to be doing a players to watch video for the semi-finals and the finals, because I think we all know which players are the key ones to have from each team at this point. It's just a case of which combination of them works for your team. But thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you for another Euro 2016 video very soon.